Hey everybody, so this is part 2 on how my co-parenting journey has been going, but it's more revolved around, what's been going on with my ex and I, if that makes any sense. You know, so, as I mentioned, on November 6th, we had hung out. There They're like, if this person had not repeatedly gone on and on and on about the whole, yeah, like I haven't seen my girl yet, but I may see her on Saturday and all that, then I wouldn't have felt compelled to say, well, it wouldn't have even, to be honest with you, it wasn't even a real consideration of mine prior to that. This triggered what I like to call my FOMO, my fear of missing out. Okay, that's FOMO for those of you who don't know. Anyway, because I didn't know for a while what FOMO meant until like a while of it being in the zeitgeist. But yeah, so that triggered this feeling in me where I was like, okay, I know that once he does his thing with this girl, I'm not going to want him anymore. So is this his way of kind of like saying, last call if you're interested? So, that night of the 6th, I mentioned I had suggested to him about the possibility of a reconciliation, or at least like, that I would like work with him if he wants to be a better man. That I was willing to work with him. And, if there was nothing with us, like I made it clear, I said, but I don't think you should jump into a new situation. Here are my reasons, just so you guys know. So now I don't know why, but in the second video, I can think more clearly. I feel like Lily. I'm like, oh, it's coming back to me. Like, oh my gosh, that is my favorite episode of Agatha, was Lily's episode of episode 7. Love that show. Anyway. Funny enough, Halloween night, I did a binge watch with him, funny enough. Anyway, but to get back to the point is that, what made me tell him, like, hey, if you haven't started something officially, then don't go there with a new person, because the courting process for a man is going to cost you a significant amount of money. According to him, he doesn't have money like that. And at that time, he was not really financially supporting our daughter. Here's the really, so you guys understand. The really is, this person gave me $40 towards her birthday party that I felt that I shamed him out of. And it was an expensive birthday party that went over $400. One day I'll maybe talk about that experience, because I'm no longer in working with that company. When I say working, I was never like working with them, but working with them as in my child. We no longer patronize them. So I feel more free to speak my mind about that experience, but not trying to like, not trying to like be hateful or anything, because overwhelmingly the staff is great. But anyway, that's another story. Not going to get into it here. But the point is, I shamed him out of $40 to contribute to her birthday. And he got her some birthday presents of like some relatively inexpensive toys. I mean, when I say relatively inexpensive, I would guesstimate that he easily spent less than $60. And let me just make this clear. It's not that he needed to spend hundreds of dollars or $100 or anything like that. It's that when you're not really doing anything for your kid, seemingly, like, anything to keep food on her table, or food in her belly rather, and clothes on her back, and so on and so forth, and then you're talking about you're going to introduce a new person into the situation, I found that fucked up. I'm like, and especially because it's not like I expect this to be his soulmate. It's going to be a girl that he is going to do what I like to call masking, which is where you're not being your authentic self with that person until they get attached to you, and then it's like, rip the mask off. Here I am. And maybe she'll stick around, or maybe she won't. Chances are she won't. Okay. At one time or another, she will walk. That's what I'm saying. And that's not me trying to be effed up. I'm talking about legitimate concerns and just being honest about, like, this is one of those situations. I quote situations from TV shows a lot. In Mad Men, there was a scene between the character Anna and Don Draper where she says, I know everything about you and I still love you. And in a way, I kind of felt that about my ex. But the problem is that where did that leave me? Because I was the receiver of the bad stuff, you know? And again, this is more for like a longer video, but it was basically me telling myself I didn't deserve better. And I know that a huge part of that is because of my weight, which is why I don't want to be fat anymore. Recently, a woman, I forget her name, I think her name is Slim Kim, caught flack on TikTok because she said one of my favorite things about myself is that I'm slim. And when you realize how much your beauty as a woman influences people even wanting to fucking help you, wanting to find you if you're a woman that goes missing, that, oh, she's beautiful, let's find her. Oh, she's beautiful and she died. Oh, when you see how much looks matter, you'll understand why that woman said that. Like when people pretend like they don't understand that looks matter, which is what I talked about in those videos previously, it just drives me crazy. It's so fucking dishonest. And I know that a lot of the bad shit that I've gone through personally has been due to my looks affecting my quantity and quality of men, which then means that I had scarcity syndrome where whatever man I was involved with, I felt like, well, no other man will want me, so I got to put up with this shit. Okay? So that's why I get like so like stop lying to people. You know, if you need to lose weight, and I'm not talking about a little bit of weight, girl. I'm not talking about if you're 150 and you should be 125 according to the charts. I'm not telling you not to lose weight, but I'm saying you're not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to women like me who are in the 300-pound category. I just left the 300s, but I'm probably back in there after the last couple of days. And you're like, damn, I can't find a good man, or guys never hit on me. If you lost weight, they would. Okay? They would. So I'm just saying, I'm veering into another topic, but I realized how much I was disrespecting myself. And anyway, point is, like I said, over the next few days, I talked to him and I was trying to talk him out of pursuing a new situation. For one, the financial aspect and also the emotional investment. Again, there's more that can be said here that I just don't have time to get into, but you know, I'm like, you're already seeing us on your days off. Why don't you just keep on seeing us on your days off instead of going and creating a new situation with a new person who's going to have completely different expectations of you than I would, you know? And again, that's saying fuck you to myself. I understand that, but I'm just saying that was my mindset. Well, he told me on the day of the 9th that he was going to see this woman. He later confessed that that was a lie, but this is what he told me, and I lost it on him. And I told him, just stay out of my life. And I was going no contact. Now, I want to talk about that in the next video and kind of wrap this story up. So please stay tuned. Take care. Bye.